Ladies and gentlemen, you are now back with the most dangerous business show on air. Okay? Can I say that on air? I know it's some other business shows.
I think we need to be on air in the world.
In the world?
In the world,
Yeah,
Craig.
We in the world.
In the world, Craig.
Exactly.
So today, we have another illustrious guest for you.
Yes.
She is an influencer.
Yes.
She's a business owner.
She's a visionary.
She's a coach, a consultant.
She is on her phone.
She's
absolutely listening.
She is a mompreneur.
She is an award-winning entrepreneur, speaker, and publisher of South Fulton Lifestyle Magazine.
She is those things, friends.
Hailing from Duval.
and that is all facts. All facts.
We are sitting here with Michelle Taylor-Willis. How are we doing today, Michelle?
I'm doing great. If I were doing any better, I'd explode. You look hot.
It is
I mean,
so
and when I
warm
say
in
that, I
these
don't mean
rooms.
like hot like fire.
No,
like,
that's
I want to
get it.
date you hot.
No,
I mean,
that's how you meant it.
I
But
mean
that's all
hot
right.
like there's sweat
That's how she
that
meant
is
it. That's
coming
how
off
she
of
meant it.
your face right now.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
ding.
what's the bell?
It's
He just said you're right.
It's the agreement bell.
It's the agreement bell.
It's the agreement bell.
The agreement bell. Yeah, okay.
Business. Business, Wall Street, you know.
But you're
There
super
it is.
hot. You're super, super hot.
Yes, it is
Casey
warm in
Bride.
here today.
Yeah.
So how you been?
I've been great. No, seriously. I mean, things are good. I'm good. You know, I'm just
Well-
rolling, trying to get that bag, as they say. And that's what they say, right? Is that right? Nobody says that. She said it. She's a millennial, clearly.
Well,
Thank you.
yeah,
I was right.
she does say
Montgomery was like, no, but he's 80, so he doesn't know what he's talking about.
Montgomery. So Michelle, thank you so much for being here today.
Thanks for having me
you've been
on.
Everywhere. We actually were on your show.
You
Not
were
too long ago.
a
Not
couple
too
months
long
ago.
ago,
Yeah.
So for our viewers and our listeners, like, you know, tell us about you. What's your story? What's your origin story?
My origin story. Is that a
Yeah.
Brian Brown thing?
Yes.
Did somebody? That sounds like something Oprah or Ayanla would say. What's your origin story? Well, Ayanla. Okay. My origin story.
Yeah.
I don't.
How did
I don't know
what
that
was
means.
so we talk about when Kevin and I first started, we talk about how we started, how we got together. And so what was it was a catalyst that kind of drove us to doing what we're doing right now.
Right.
So you're award winning, you're been named as one of the most influential Atlantans.
Yes.
That's
Congratulations.
That's huge.
Thank you.
So right. So
I mean,
what's
you
the
know.
journey? Like, how do you get from being somebody from Duval?
Duval.
Hey. Duval is where it's at now. Don't sleep on Duval.
Don't feel bad. I'm from Montgomery, Alabama.
Well,
don't
that's the
feel
whole
bad.
thing. And you were like a singer.
Let's
What's the
don't.
name of that
Let's
group?
don't today.
Three
Let's
Try, Three Try Wonder.
This is about you
I mean-
today. All right, let's keep it about Michelle. Everything Michelle today. So no, you help so many business owners. You do this. You do consulting. You put together processes. You know, you got a lot of businesses out here being successful, and you're the one that really helped them.
All
So,
facts.
Yes. So give us a little bit of advice and tell us a little bit about your story and your entrepreneurship
Got it.
and where you get it from.
I can do that. So this is going to take between an hour and 10 minutes. Do we have that much
You
time?
got 15 more minutes.
Wow. I'm going to do the best I can, guys,
All
with
right,
the
yeah.
limited amount I'm getting. No, seriously. I mean, really, everything is like this matriculation of events, right? I mean, nothing. I wouldn't be here without any one thing not happening. And I know people say that a lot, right? It's like they know, they see my story, or they see my glory, they don't know my story, right? And so literally I started off in sales. I mean, I've been selling, and that's really what I am. I'm in sales. I'm an influencer by trade, right?
Okay.
I started selling insurance when I was 15 years old.
Wow.
Literally, in high school. Yeah. The guy I was dating, his mom owned a State Farm. And I say dating, I mean, I was 15. So my boyfriend at the time, right? His mom owned a State Farm agency.
Wow.
And so I would make cold calls on the phone, literally. I was 15 calling, and I was setting up appointments and getting more people in the door to buy auto and home and life insurance than, a couple of the other agents that were actually in there. I mean, the agents that were under her, right?
Wow.
And I remember she would pay me in cash, but also in Victoria's Secret stuff, not lingerie. No, I know you should have seen.
Did you say you was 15? You bet
Oh
not.
my gosh, no! You should have seen Kevin's face. He's like, "Huh? That's gross." I was 15.
You started it.
This is
I was
fair.
flipping burgers at 15.
All
okay?
fair, all fair. No, like the clothes. So she would let me pick out that at the time. I don't know if Victoria's Secret still does, but at the time they had catalog and you could buy really cool clothes.
Okay,
so
now
I would.
you can buy underwear.
Well, they could buy underwear too.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying, you're like they've transitioned the wings and everything.
Okay, I got you.
and so I would buy, like I'd get bonused
Okay.
from the clothes, right? So I sold insurance. I went to college, came out working for Ferguson Enterprises, which is at the time, I don't know if they still are, but they're the country's national, largest national plumbing wholesaler,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So I used to spec houses for huge, like these $1 million, $2, $3, $10 million houses. I spec'd the plumbing and the appliances for these major
Wow.
major houses. I mean, like I lived in Orlando at the time, right? So we did like baseball players. I can't remember these. I don't know who they were, but they were very important. Like, they hit RBIs. Is that a term?
Say
Is
they
that a
told
thing?
me they was famous.
They
They
hit
told me they were
RBIs.
famous. No, one of the cool things is Dr. J actually drove his Hummer. He came in, we did his house,
Wow.
and I actually drove his Hummer. I'll never forget because he let me drive it, and I got in, and Lil' Kim was playing. I was like, dang, you listen to Lil' Kim? He was like, yeah, what you think I'm listening to? I'm like, I don't know, Harlem Globetrotter stuff. Who knows,
God.
right?
Otis Redding.
Otis Redding, exactly, right? Betty Wright. I'm just joking. I love Dr. J. That was not an attack on you, Dr. J.
We all love you.
We
Dr.
all
J.
love you, Julius Irving, right? But so, I was doing that. So it was always in sales.
Okay.
And then I left there. I went to work and I sold, what do you call this stuff? Phone line. So at the
Okay.
time, dark fiber, black fiber, telecom systems, all of that was big, like right before the
remember
bubble
that time.
burst. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like killing it, right? Selling, we would call it lighting up buildings. So, if you had, let's say, the Bank of America building downtown, I would sell the fiber that would come into that building that would basically light the whole building up for phone, internet, all
Wow.
of that stuff, cable.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Okay.
And so, but then the bubble burst. And thankfully, my goal always start with my goal in mind, and I reverse engineer. So my whole thing was to end up in pharmaceutical sales.
Wow.
And so
Okay.
I was basically just trying to get business, B2B experience,
Okay.
so that I could end up as a pharma rep. And that's what I did. I finally got enough experience. I was successful enough. And then I started as a pharma rep, and then I moved into medical devices. And then I used to get asked all the time by the doctors to help me run their businesses. They would say,
Wow.
look, it looks like you're doing more than selling pain patches, Michelle. Because they'd say, how do I do this? And I'd be like, you need to. So anyway, so I stopped that and I created a business out of it. And that's how I ended up into medical consulting. And so I set up practices all over the Southeast. I mean, pediatrics, interventional pain, urology, family practice, you name
That
it.
is amazing because I have a background in medicine too.
Do you? Like
Yes,
you were a
I-
doctor when you were in your dreams?
No,
The love.
It used to be Doogie Howser.
no, seriously.
He's
I
still
worked in-
Doogie Howser.
I worked in medicine for probably about the first 15 years of my career.
Oh, wow. Doing
I
what?
went from, I've done MA stuff, I've done nursing assistant stuff, I've done surgical.
Is that right?
And then I moved on the other side and got into the sales process, and then I started working for like a big time path lab and all this type of stuff.
Is that
VP of
right?
Sales. Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
It's
Okay,
amazing
cool.
how
Our
synergetic
worlds
it is.
are,
We gotta
yeah.
make some money together.
We need to.
Exactly.
But yeah, so that's how I moved into more into the entrepreneurship space, right? And so I always had a side gig. I mean, I had a resume writing business, when I was 21. I mean, I always had these things, but I had to kind of put a path together and a place for how I could, end up where I wanted to be, which was ultimately an entrepreneur. So yeah, medical consulting and then business consulting. I own an HR company. I did executive placement. We placed VPs and C-suite people all over the nation. And then I bought the magazine. And
Wow.
so now,
Now tell me this, because I think a lot of people, especially entrepreneurs, discount this. How important is that sales background being
Oh,
an
man.
entrepreneur? Because I meet so many people, they got great ideas, but they have no idea what they're looking at when you got to get out here and start selling, because it's a different world.
It is a totally different
really
world.
is.
And I when I do sales trainings, when I used to do a lot, but whenever I'm talking to people in general, people say, "Well, I'm not in sales." You are in sales. Everybody's selling.
All day long.
All day long. If you're not selling yourself, then you're losing always.
I sold
Everybody's
my
in
12-year-old
sales.
on going to bed at 11 o'clock last night. That's how much we have to sell. I mean, really, though.
No, but I mean,
counts.
if you can't sell your product, you can't expect anybody else to.
Exactly.
And as entrepreneurs, we get the idea, right? And then we say, okay, I'm going to hire everybody to do all of this stuff. Wait, I can't curse, right?
No,
Okay.
please don't.
Yeah, your producer's like, oh, no. Okay.
Dumb button.
FCC.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry. You're going to bleep me out? I've always wanted to be bleeped.
You want to be
say
bleep?
it just
Do
to-
we have a bleep?
I just have a bell.
No,
Well, let's bail her out one good time. Just bail. There you go.
Just stop. Don't do it, Michelle.
Please.
But yeah, I tell people all the time, like, you can't build the company without working the company. You need to know everything. And this is something I used to tell my doctors all the time. Okay. They would, create the practice, and then they would leave everything else up, leave everything up to everybody else. They didn't know what their AR was. They didn't know how to answer the phones. They didn't know how to get in charge. They didn't know how to pull reports.
Wow.
And so one of the things I used to train my doctors on constantly was, you need to work every part of this. But nobody, I don't care if it's your practice manager from the person up front, nobody should know your business better than you ever. Because if all of these people ever left, you got to be able to run this thing.
To pick it up and go with it.
Yeah, and it's very common in the medical industry for doctors to get, their staff is stealing from them, their practice managers,
That's true.
their managers are stealing from them. They have no idea. So I'm like, you need to pull all these reports. You need to know how it is, and then you can hire somebody. Then you can put somebody else over your kingdom. But you got to run your kingdom first.
Wow. We
Yeah.
need an hour for you. We need an hour.
Yeah.
Well, let's switch gears a little bit, because you're a mom.
I am.
You're married.
Of 4. I am.
Okay. So tell us about this whole mompreneur life and that lifestyle, because us guys, well, some guys, I'm there. Okay,
Yeah,
but
clearly.
I got a lot going on with them. But no, it's a big time responsibility for a mom in a household, in every household.
That's right.
Everybody wants mom. I'm sick. I want mom, and all this type of stuff. Tell us, what is it like being a mom and trying to balance all of that type of stuff with doing so much? Because you're like everywhere. You doing so much. So what is that like, that work-life balance?
I heard a term today and I really like it. I told the woman that said it I was going to steal it from her, but it's called work-life integration. Thank you, Denise Townsend.
Okay.
I like that, work-life integration. The work-life balance is so that's so 2004, right?
Yeah.
But work-life integration is great, and my brand is independence through entrepreneurship, right?
Okay.
So it's creating the life you want through this vision of entrepreneurship.
Okay.
So you can do whatever it is you want to do as an entrepreneur, but you get to decide. So for me, I know that being a wife and being a mother is huge for me. So I have to do something that's going to allow me to include my children in pretty much everything I do, right?
Okay.
And so what happens as moms who are trying to build scalable enterprises, and I don't mean like the one person. I mean, that's fine if you're a one-man show, right? If you're trying to build a real business with staff and, like, again, the scalability piece.
Yes.
It's not the easiest thing to do. And if you have kids, you got to figure out how you're going to continue to stay present with your children while you build, right? And so what I do is I include my kids in everything. I'm a triathlete, right? I'm an amateur triathlete. I love doing triathlons, although I have not done one this season. But I need to swim, bike, and run. So guess what? When I go swim, my kids go swim. I put them on swim teams so they can learn how to swim.
Okay.
So when we go to the YMCA together, right? My kids during the summer, they're home for the summer. I decided not to do camps. We were just going to travel, and they work for me. So my kids are like, my 8-year-old has to give me an invoice every Friday.
Wow.
I make them invoice me, right? I have them highlighting my receipts for my taxes, right? But this is how I stay present, right? I'm at their PTA meetings. I'm at their school. I'm not doing that Team Mom BS again. That is it's a
No
no-brainer.
more sliced oranges.
No, we're not doing that, right? But I find ways to be present and then to include my kids into that, right? So I can be whatever, I can do whatever. When I have meetings, I take them with me sometimes, right?
Wow.
Not because it's convenient, but because they need to see this.
That's true.
Right? They need
That's
to
true.
see what we're doing as moms. I mean, I cook from scratch. I make all my own meals. I bake from scratch. I do it all. That doesn't mean I never eat out, but that just means, if I'm making spaghetti, I make my sauce from scratch because
Go ahead.
I feel like that's what
We
needs
eating
to.
at your house? What you having?
I know, like
Always.
today coming over. Right now,
Yeah, you
like,
can't come.
show.
Today's not a good day. Today's definitely pizza. I was running late.
Oh,
so,
okay.
yeah. So that's DiGiorno. You're welcome, DiGiorno. Right. But that's what it's about. It's about figuring out what you want your life to look like and reverse engineering it. That's what I do. I start with the end in mind and figure, okay, what do I need to do to get there? And I go back to step A. People start at A and try to get to Z.
Yeah.
You got to start at Z and get to A.
Now, let's switch gears a little bit because you got some stuff. You do a lot of stuff for moms,
I try.
and you work with a lot of mom entrepreneurs. Am I right?
I do. Female entrepreneurs specific, but moms specifically, yes.
Now, is that
And males. I mean, I have clients all over the place, but my niche is female moms,
okay? So
which
give
is
me-
kind of redundant, right? Because it's female,
Female
but it
moms.
is
female mom.
2019.
I mean, it could be male
It's-
moms.
You
it's-
never know.
Yeah, we're the whole
Mr.
different.
Mom.
Mr. Mom.
There is that. Yeah,
But you got something coming up
I do.
that's huge here in Atlanta for moms.
Yes.
Even Mr. Moms, right?
Mr. Moms, anybody can come. All are welcome. Like the girl on Poltergeist.
Tell us about that.
You don't remember that? Remember the little Poltergeist
don't.
lady? All are welcome. No, you guys are no fun. Yeah, so we got the moms
Brian
all
don't
in
watch
conference.
movies.
Montgomery remembers, not you remember. Montgomery remembers. So we got the moms all in conference. So here's the thing,
Okay.
right? We've created 2 days here in Atlanta where you can learn how to build a scalable enterprise
Wow.
and be a mom, but really be true to yourself. So when you're building a business as a female, something has to give, right?
Okay.
Something has to give. And that's where moms have a hard time, right? I can't be a good mom and grow my business. Or I'm going to grow my business, but my kids are going to suck, right? Because I'm not
Yeah.
going to be in their life. So what I figured out, is not to, by myself, but with others, is how to have all of it, right?
Okay.
You can't do it all, but if you do it right, you can have just about everything you want. And so that's what this conference is about. I mean, we've got the nation's leading experts on visionary, servant leadership, leading a company, growing your business, getting funding, setting
Wow.
up your business legally and financially, how to be who you need in your mom squad to help you so that you could be a good mom.
Okay.
Sexual health, physical health, mental health. I mean, just about every single thing we're covering it. Only thing we're not covering it, which maybe we'll do next year, is how do you get that man? I might need to add that on, but that
How you
could
get
that
that
could
man?
flow. And Tasha Rogers is going to be talking about sexual health, so who knows? Maybe
Hey.
it'll come up. But yeah, we're covering everything in this conference. So if you are a female and you're an entrepreneur and you're building a business and you're trying to figure out how to capture it all, this is a conference for you. September 14th and 15th at the GICC down in Sofu.
Wow.
2 days, tickets start at $289. You get breakfast, you get lunch, you get access to the best speakers in America. You get swag bags, you get, cocktail reception Saturday night. Rashad Ritchie is going to be our host on Saturday. Juliet Hall,
Wow.
Nick Nelson, the brandpreneur.
You talking about some big names.
I'm
folks.
talking
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
names, man. I'm telling
I
you.
done heard all the big names except for Kevin C. Pride and Brian Brown. That's the only
Exactly.
two I have not heard.
Well, y'all are going to be there doing a live remote.
Okay. Now we
Now
we
we
there
get
doing a
live
live
remote.
road. Okay.
I will tell you not to mess with me. I will tell you not to mess with me.
Yeah. So let me. So with this conference, and you guys had it before. Like, one of the biggest challenges that women come to this conference looking to get answers to?
I think the biggest thing for a lot of women when they come to this conference, Brian, is they feel like they're losing themselves,
Okay.
right? Either in their business or, with their kids or with their spouse or significant other or whatever. They don't feel whole,
Okay.
right? There's a part of their lives that's going really well and everything else is being left, right? They're sacrificing something to get something else.
Dads deal with that too.
Yeah, but it's not called the Dad's All-In Conference. Although I am,
I like that.
but I am thinking about it. I am thinking about
Okay.
it, right? So that's the thing. They come feeling like I'm missing something somewhere. I'm sacrificing. And my whole thing has been You don't have to sacrifice. You can literally, you can have it all. And I say that because you can't have it all, but you don't have to do it all by yourself, right?
Okay.
And there are things that you can do to make sure that that you're there for your kids, that you're there for your spouse, that you cook all your meals, right? That you work out every day, right? You could do that, but the key to it is this independence through entrepreneurship.
That's
It's
true.
very hard to do that when you are in
When you're
corporate.
clocking in 9 to 5.
And especially as an executive, right? I mean, I've been in leadership in large companies, and if people are paying you a lot of money, they expect you to be there a lot of time.
Yeah, them like 12-hour days,
Like 12,
late
14,
night meetings,
16-hour days. Yeah, and so
weekends.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I can work 12, 14 hours a day when I know I can take an hour here and go do this. I can take 2 hours here,
That's true.
come be on your show,
There
right?
you go.
Yeah, I can maneuver that a lot better. But it's really this independence through entrepreneurship mindset. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. So, we talked about, you talked about where you started and where you are right now. And Kevin and I we had an interesting question that was posed to us today. Was talking about, are we happy with our bag and things like that, right? Are we happy? And I'm like,
See, Montgomery, bag.
and it's like we're happy, but satisfied? We're not satisfied.
No.
Right.
So even with you, like you've achieved all these accomplishments and all these achievements, but are you satisfied? And if you're not satisfied, what's the next for you? Like I don't think people like us become satisfied. I don't think it just happens like that. So are you always looking for what's next? How are you always looking to, go to the next step?
So I have ADD. Let's just put that out there. I don't take drugs for it because I don't like pills, but I clearly have ADD. And I say that because I'm all over the place, right? You guys know that. You've dealt with me long
I
enough.
think I
to
got
know.
that too.
Yeah,
Brian,
I mean,
to
but
tell
you know what?
Yeah.
High performing, successful people usually do, right?
Okay.
We think faster than most. We move faster than most, and it's a good and a bad thing, right? So let me just say that. Will I ever be satisfied? No.
Okay.
Right? I know what my purpose is on life. My purpose is to empower other people so that they can empower other people so that they can empower other people. And that is significance, right? That's significance. And the problem right now that we have in the world, not just in Atlanta or in America, is that successful people are okay being successful. They're good. They get to success. They get satisfied. I got the wife. I got the kids. I got the picket fence. I got the good corporate job. I'm making $250, $300. We take our 2 vacations a year. I'm good. I'm successful, and I'm good. And the world is in shambles right now because we have some of our best talent being successful and not significant. And that is something that I will not have on.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take that to the grave with me. I'm not going to have that on my head. So I know that if I'm helping somebody and I'm making money doing it, like what else is there?
Yeah, that's
What else is there? And that's what I drive women to think about. Think about what you love doing. That's going to help somebody else and that you can make money from it. So no, I'm never going to be satisfied. My husband would not want to hear that, right? He's like, would you sit your bleep down somewhere
Bell.
and give me that bell. I'm never going to be satisfied. I'm not going to be satisfied until I know that I have done everything I can do to help everybody else.
wow.
And until I get there, friends, I mean, we're just going to keep rocking and rolling, period. Because significance is where I am. And I'm not talking about me being significant. My goal is to make everybody else significant. So I'm never probably going to sit my bleep down.
No, I get
Does
what
that
you
answer
mean.
your question?
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
I definitely get what you mean because I stopped trying to live up to my goals a long time ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm just trying to live up to my potential. So it's like I have no ultimate goal. Like most people, I tell people when you finally set your goal, say I want to be a millionaire, well, you just found your end right there. Because
Right.
most people, that's where they give up. It's like, well, I'm a millionaire
Exactly.
now. I ain't got nothing else
Now
to
they're
do.
successful. Because
Exactly.
success is our goal. Success is what we hit. We feel like we've arrived, right?
Yeah.
Significance is a whole nother level.
That's true.
A whole nother level, right?
That's powerful.
Yeah, it is powerful. I mean, I think when you get into the business of doing something bigger than yourself,
Yeah.
I think, and then when you even look at your business like that too, when
Yep.
you look at it as being bigger than yourself and doing something bigger than yourself, I think that's when you find it. Like you find that drive, you find that I won't say success, but it starts to click.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the thing about it is that even from a bakery, You ain't baking these cakes for yourself.
I know you're making these cakes for me, friend. For me, because
You
I
ain't
love
baking these
eating
biscuits
cake.
for yourself. You're
No.
gonna sit there and eat all these biscuits.
The biscuits are for me,
Yeah.
friends. The biscuits are for
And
me.
I think you can tell, like, the people that actually do that they really understand that I am doing this for somebody
That's
else.
right.
Yeah.
You can tell.
we weren't built we weren't built to be by ourselves. We weren't
That's
built
true.
to do things on our own. If that were the case, whatever you believe in, God, Allah, guy in the sky, nothing, whatever, we wouldn't be here alone if we would have been. We would have, I mean, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
When we
Yeah.
were here, there would have been one person and we would have just still been chilling as one person.
Yep.
But clearly there are other people around us for help.
all connected.
It's all connected. We need that. We thrive off of that, right? That's why people go crazy in solitary confinement, because they don't have anybody else to feed them. We feed off of each other.
And honestly, that's the reason why we got into it. It was to help businesses and help other people. And honestly, it's been the most rewarding thing. And right now, I want to reward you with some free, shameless publicity. So tell us all
What?
about
Oh my gosh,
everything
me?
that you're doing, and tell us where we can find you, and tell us about Soul Food and all the stuff that you're doing in about 2 minutes.
Got it. All right, 2 silos, right? We got
All right.
Ganyo Media, okay? That's the magazine, South Fulton Lifestyle Magazine for advertising opportunities. Michelle.Willis at lifestylepubs.com. We've got the According to Michelle radio show, which is on mixxx106radio.com. We get about 200,000 listeners every Wednesday from 2 to 4, which is amazing. You can always advertise on that. I own spots on Camp Creek Parkway, the digital billboards there, so you can advertise with me there. We have a web series called According to Michelle. So that's kind of the media piece, right? Then we have
Wow.
MTW Enterprises. That's the business development firm. That's where the Moms All In conference, any other conference that we're going to be doing will come under the MTW brand.
Okay.
That's where I speak publicly. I speak a lot on optimism, positive affirmations, building your business, keeping your mind right, the middle, all the things that happen in the middle of the business
Wow.
that people don't
Okay.
want to do. So talk about that. Paid endorsements. I have 2 paid endorsements right now. I represent Rocket Sports Apparel, which is awesome, Rock the Rocket. And this new deal I've got with Infinity of South Atlanta and their lead generation service, right? So that all falls under the MTW brand. I've got the Moms All In Conference, September 14th and 15th. Please come, attend, vend, sponsor, whatever you want to do. And of course, there's SoFu, which stands for what?
South Fulton.
South Fulton, whatever, right? South Fulton. We are branding South Fulton County
Yes.
just like we would Soho in New York or any other area, right?
Okay.
SoCal, it's SoFu, and really that's my base. That's where I got started. I wouldn't be here, right?
If
We
it
talked about a
wasn't for SoFu.
matricular if it was not for South Fulton Lifestyle Magazine
Wow.
and us creating that SoFu brand, right?
Okay.
Is that 2 minutes?
No, you nailed
I got
it.
time. Okay. Also,
That is enough. All right. I'm gonna have to start charging. But no, I just gotta say thank you so much for stopping by, telling us your story, sharing everything with us. You're
Thanks for
so
having me,
inspiring.
guys.
You're so busy. You're so active. I can't wait to do some stuff with you. Influencer 365, Michelle Taylor-Willis. I think is a hit. What do you think?
it is a hit. And also community service, United
Oh
Way.
my God.
I'm the chair for the advisory board for South Fulton County. Chair of Theatre du Rev,
That
the
is
only
our commercial
French-speaking
break.
theater.
Yeah.
And that's it.
All right. Well, thank you, Michelle, for being here. And when we come back, we'll be ABJ Hot Topics. Talk
Yes.
about an app that Apple is disabled to keep people from eavesdropping on you.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True
It's
story.
going down.
ABJ Hot Topics next.